Welcome. My name is Dr. Bob Saul, or some people refer to me as Dr. Bob. I'm a physician, pediatrician, and medical geneticist, a father, a grandfather, a husband, and a citizen. I'm excited to be part of the beloved 7-day experience of the Cornelia Stephanie Media Group. I invite you to return other days for other experts via the app that you are using today. I hope that you will return on Saturdays as we continue to explore conscious parenting. Let me start, as I have every time, with a brief definition of what conscious parenting is, because I think it's important to set the stage. Conscious parenting is a conscious awareness of the learned ability of parents to understand their interactions with their children and to alter their responses to maximize positive responses and to minimize negative responses. Not easy, hard work, but let's talk about some more of it today. And as a part of that, I want to discuss parenting as a exercise in raising our children to be good citizens, because I think the two in many ways are almost synonymous. Remember, I have talked about 12 words that for anything that happens in our community, in our society, in many ways in our family, I am the problem, I am the solution, I am the resource. So we need to take personal ownership in each of the issues that are raising issues for our family. We need to be part of the solution for those, but to do that, we need to devote our resources to it. And it's easy for us to change the pronoun. Instead of I am the problem, I am the solution, I'm the resource. Let's make it we are the problem, we are the solution, we are the resource, because we really are all in this together. It's not us versus them, it's us. Now, as we go on this exercise in terms of raising our children to be good citizens and conscious parenting, I think there are three main instructions. One is to accept instruction from professionals and from educators and from getting ourselves educated. That means read knowledgeable sources. That means watch video, TV, or social media from knowledgeable sources. There's too much misinformation out there to be a problem. So let's be willing to accept instruction. We don't know it all. Even I don't know it all. And especially when it becomes part of parenting, because there's so much emotion associated with it. So let's accept instruction. Let's be actively engaged. Active parenting and citizenship is not a passive experience. One of the things we've learned in early brain and child development is one of the key factors for children to grow up and to thrive and to be resilient and to live in flourishing families are what we call SSNRs. SSNRs stand for safe, stable, nurturing relationships. Relationships that are not safe, that are not stable, that are not nurturing are harmful to children. Relationships that are not safe, that are not stable, that are not nurturing are harmful to our fellow citizens. So SSNRs, safe, stable, nurturing relationships, are key. Let's also remember that we need to be continually involved. A famous sociologist named Dr. Robert Putnam talked about social capital and how important that is, being engaged in our communities. If you're engaged, you're meeting people you would never have known you would meet before, and those experiences can be so worthwhile and so fulfilling. So it's important that we continually be involved and exercise our social capital. Why? Because it really does take a village. I know that term has been damned in the past, that it's just my family, I can do it all. I would heartily disagree. It really does take a village. nobody in the church family would ever think it's just me. It takes the church village to make a difference. It takes our social village to make a difference. And it takes a village to raise our children. And it takes a village for all of us to learn how to be better citizens. So it's important that we're in this together. Related to that, of course, is what we've emphasized before is empathy. Empathy is caring for, caring about, taking care of each other. And it's not just acceptable just to say, oh, I understand how difficult that is. You really need to try to understand what somebody's going through if you can want to really be empathic and understanding of what they're going through. Related to that, obviously, again, is forgiveness. We need to understand the path of forgiveness. And each of us should be on our own personal path to understanding and exercising forgiveness more as we get older. My ability to exercise forgiveness at age 24 is much different now in my 70s. Hopefully it got better in my 40s, in my 60s, in my 70s, and will continue to improve. But we need to be on this journey to accept forgiveness and exercise forgiveness, because indeed that's what will make a difference going forward. We talked about the 5 steps to community improvement. Learn to be the best parent you could be. Get involved, stay involved, love for others, and forgiveness. And so if those are the steps to community improvement, those are also the steps to parenting in terms of how we can be a better parent. Because the parental awareness threshold is talking about being aware of where you are, conscious awareness. If you're above the parental awareness threshold, you're open, you're receptive, you're ready to learn. You're ready to engage in with your children in a meaningful way. If you're below the parental awareness threshold, you're closed, you're defensive, you're always right because I said so, because I'm the parent. Now, in circumstances of potential harm, that might be important, but otherwise it's so important to be open and to try to be consciously aware and hopefully be above the parental awareness threshold. And as we'll talk about in subsequent times, how to do that is in any particular circumstance is to pause. Knee-jerk reactions are never good, not just in parenting, but in our other social interactions, in our marriage, in other ways. We need to assess the situation. What is going on here? What am I feeling? What is the child feeling? And how can we then choose to make a better response? Same sort of thing, pause, assess, and choose should be in our social interactions as we're trying to be good citizens, taking care of each other. We need to pause, assess the situation, reflect on whether we indeed are in part of the situation, not just the problem, but we're part of this. We want to be part of the solution. And then we choose to devote our resources to it in a more tangible, healing way. Because I think the important thing is we want to get out of the me mode. We want to get into the we mode. Too much of what we do is for me. And I understand that. I understand we want our personal happiness and our personal warmth and need, and that's important. But so much of that, I think, becomes when we actually engage in the we mode. And it's not us versus them, it's all us. And when we say it wasn't me, it might not be me specifically, but it was us. And we need to sort of try to figure out how we can do better going forward. So again, please join me again on Saturdays at this time slot. What can you do in the interim? Well, I would encourage you to go to the app, go to the directory, go to the founding members and find Dr. Bob. Purchase a copy of Conscious Parenting. It is an easy read and it will enhance our sessions going forward. Thanks for listening, and I hope that you all have a great week, and please take care of each other.